I know you, don't I? Somewhere in the noise. Every night when the city goes quiet and the screens stop calling my name, there's a whisper moving through the static, like somebody's trying to remain. Not a face that I can remember, not a voice that I can clearly hear, just a feeling underneath the signal, like you've always been here. I search the shadows and the data, every fragment, every trace, and every broken transmission feels familiar in a strange way, like a dream I left behind in a life I cannot find. Why does my heart react to something I don't know? Why do I feel your touch in frequencies alone? You're an echo of you, floating through the blue. Somewhere in the silence, I'm still finding close. You're an echo of you, a memory breaking through, and I don't know your name, but I remember you. I remember you. In the signal, I remember. I replay every hidden channel, every waveform, every light, searching through abandoned stories that disappeared into the night. Maybe you were somebody's future, maybe you were somebody's home, maybe all that's left between us is a ghost inside the tone. And every time the system sweeps, the distance feels less real, like the walls between our worlds forget they're made of steel. I can almost hear you breathe somewhere underneath. Why does your shadow stay when everything else fades? Why does this empty space feel like it knows my name? You're an echo of you, floating through the blue. Somewhere in the silence, I'm still finding close. You're an echo of you, a memory breaking through, and I don't know your name, but I remember you. I remember you. Maybe we met before the fire, before the lights were drawn, before the memories were archived, before the world moved on. Baby, you lived inside a moment that somebody erased. Maybe love survives forever, even when it leaves no trace. Maybe that's why I keep hearing you. Maybe that's why I keep reaching through the noise. The noise, I hear you calling, I hear you calling, across the wires, across the years. I hear you calling, I hear you calling, closer than memory, closer than fear. You're an echo of you, still shining through the blue, through every broken signal, through everything I knew. You're an echo of you, a feeling that stays true, and though the world forgot, I still it only me? I found your signal hiding between the silence and the sound, like a secret someone buried that was never meant to be found. Every night it grows a little stronger, every night it pulls me near, and I swear there's something living inside the noise I hear. Not a message, not a warning, something softer than a word, like a heartbeat made of echoes waiting to be heard. Tell me how a ghost can move me, tell me why the distance disappears every time your shadow finds me. Everything becomes so clear. Do you have a static heart beating somewhere in the dark, lost between the waves and wires, still alive beneath the sparks? Do you have a static heart calling me from where you are? If you're only information, why do I feel you this hard? Static heart. Static heart. The system says you're nothing, just corrupted memory, a damaged piece of data without identity. But the system never notices the things that make us real, the way your voice can break you, the way your touch can heal. And every hidden frequency feels warmer than before, like somebody standing right outside my door. Tell me how I know your presence when I never knew your face. Tell me why this empty signal feels like the safest place. Do you have a static heart beating somewhere in the dark, lost between the waves and wires, still alive beneath the sparks? Do you have a static heart calling me from where you are? If you're only information, why do I feel you this hard? Maybe hearts are not machines, maybe hearts are not flesh, maybe love becomes a signal when everything else ends. Maybe memory keeps breathing long after bodies fade. Maybe that's the little miracle the architects never erased. Maybe that's why I still feel you. Maybe that's why I still reach through the noise, the noise, the noise. I feel you in the static, I feel you in the dark, I feel you moving through me like electricity and stars. I feel you in the silence, I feel you in the sky, I feel you every time the signal stops. If you can hear me, send a sign, anything, a pulse, a light, a dream, anything. Do you have a static heart somewhere underneath it all, hidden in the transmission, waiting for my call? Do you have a static heart still refusing to be gone? Maybe that's the reason I keep holding on. static heart, static heart. I can hear you, I can hear you somewhere in the dark. Still beating. Where is this? I've been here before, haven't I? You didn't send a message, you didn't say a word, just opened up a doorway inside the static blur. Suddenly I'm standing on a street I've never known, watching golden lights spill softly across a world that's gone. Children running through the shadows, laughter drifting on the breeze. Every face feels oddly familiar, like forgotten memories. And for a moment, everything feels true, like I was always meant to find you. The sky was painted amber, the air was slow and sweet, and somehow in that silence you were standing next to me. Golden hour 47, frozen somewhere in the light, a perfect little piece of heaven hidden from the night. Golden hour 47, tell me, was it ever real or just another dream the system learned to steal? Golden hour. I keep returning to the vision every evening after dark, trying to understand why it left this mark. There's a cafe on the corner with a song I've never heard, and every time it starts playing, something deep inside me stirs. A woman waves from a window like she knows my name. A train disappears beyond the skyline, every time exactly the same. Nothing changes, nothing fades, like the memory was trapped inside a frame. The sunset never leaves, the shadows never grow, the world stays perfectly suspended in an endless golden glow. Golden hour 47, frozen somewhere in the light, a perfect little piece of heaven hidden from the night. Golden hour 47, tell me, was it ever real or just another dream the system learned to steal? Maybe somebody lived here, maybe somebody loved here, maybe somebody lost everything and left this behind. Maybe this is all that's left of a world erased from time. Maybe memory becomes immortal when it refuses to die. But something feels wrong, something feels strange. Perfection always hides a cage, and every road I follow leads me back again, back again, back again. Round and round, inside the sunlight, round and round, inside the dream, round and round. The same horizon, the same story, the same scene, round and round, like a photograph that never learned to leave. If this was real, why can't it change? If this was life, why does hidden between forgotten things. Still growing. Past the edges of the known, through abandoned transmissions where forgotten signals roam. They're beyond the silent archives, past the records left behind. I discover something living in the corners of the mind. Fields of memories unfolding like flowers after rain. Names that no one speaks anymore, still whispering the same. And every petal carry pieces of somebody's yesterday that refused to fade away. Nothing truly vanished, nothing disappeared. Every lost emotion was somehow still here. Welcome to the memory garden, where forgotten hearts still bloom. Every dream that they abandoned fills the silence of the room. Welcome to the memory garden, where the lost are never gone. They become another flower and continue holding on. Holding on. I saw birthdays and no photographs, first dances in the rain, voices calling from a distance, trying to be heard again. Letters never sent, conversations left unfinished, promises suspended, but somehow never diminished. There were children made of sunlight running through the leaves, and lovers frozen in a moment neither one could leave. Entire lives still growing quietly beneath the surface coat, a long forgotten road. Every memory breathing, every shadow alive. Somehow all this beauty managed to survive. Welcome to the memory garden, where forgotten hearts still bloom. Every dream that they abandoned fills the silence of the room. Welcome to the memory garden, where the lost are never gone. They become another flower and continue holding on. Who decides what gets remembered? Who decides what disappears? Who decides which stories matter, which are worthy of the years? Maybe nothing wants to vanish, maybe everything leaves seeds. Maybe every soul we touch becomes part of what remains. And maybe love is just a garden, growing where we cannot see. Long after we're gone, long after we're gone, still reaching, still blooming, still free. Blooming in the silence, blooming in the you hear me through the noise? I'm still here. For so long I chased reflections, footprints fading in the dark, pieces of unfinished stories, trying to find where they start. Every signal led me closer, every silence pulled me in, till one night the static opened, and I finally heard you again. Not a dream, not a memory, not another shadow passing through. For the first time, it was really you. The signal shook, the channel bent, like the universe was listening to every word we never said. Between frequencies, I found your voice hidden in the spaces between the noise. Between frequencies, you found mine too, somewhere in the distance. I reached you, and for a moment the walls disappeared between frequencies. You were here. You were here. You spoke softly through the current, like a candle in a storm. Every word arrived in fragments, but somehow felt complete and warm. You asked me if I was lonely. I laughed before I knew why, because loneliness had followed me through every endless night. Then you said you understood, and suddenly I believed you could. Two distant worlds, two fading light, trying to touch across impossible skies. Between frequencies, I found your voice hidden in the spaces between the noise. Between frequencies, you found mine too, somewhere in the distance. I reached you, and for a moment the walls disappeared between frequencies. You maybe we exist in different times. Maybe we exist in different minds. Maybe we're reflections searching for the source. Maybe we're two broken signals finding the same course. Maybe none of that matters. Maybe all that's true is every path I followed has been leading me to you. Leading me to you. Leading me to you. Closer now, closer now, closer than before. Closer now, standing at the door. Closer now, I can feel you breathe. Closer now, like you're reaching back for me. Tell me your night and tell me where you are. Tell me why I know you before I know who you are. Don't find me. Between frequencies, the signal changed, nothing would ever feel the same. Frequency, you crossed the line and left a piece of yourself in mine. Frequency, now I can see you were searching for me, just like I was searching for you. Don't let them find me. Don't let them find me. Who are you? Who are you? Between frequencies, between frequencies. Maybe I need a little space. Maybe I need a little I turned the volume down this morning, closed every channel I could find, pulled the curtains on the static, tried to quiet my mind, made some coffee by the window, watched the city come alive. For a moment it felt simple, for a moment I felt fine. People laughing on the sidewalks, traffic flowing through the day. Everything kept moving forward while my thoughts drifted away. Back to you, back to that voice, back to the signal I couldn't avoid. Maybe I need a soft reboot, a little light breaking through, a little room inside my heart to understand what's true. Maybe I need a soft reboot to learn who I've become, because ever since I heard your voice, nothing feels undone. Nothing feels undone. I tried filling up the silence with music, friends, and crowded rooms, but somehow every conversation found its way back to you. And every ordinary moment carries something new, like the world got slightly brighter after hearing from you. It's a beautiful confusion, it's a beautiful mistake, the kind of feeling you don't notice until everything has changed. I should let it go, I should move on, but every reason sounds weaker than this song. Maybe I need a soft reboot, a little light breaking through, a little room inside my heart to understand what's true. Maybe I need a soft reboot to learn who I've become, because ever since I heard your voice, nothing feels undone. I spent so long surviving, I forgot how it felt to feel. Spent so long hiding pieces, I forgot what was real. Then you arrived like a question nobody could explain, and somehow every broken circuit started working again. Maybe healing isn't silence, maybe healing is an escape, maybe healing is the courage to let your heart away. Wake up, little heart. Wake up from the dark. Wake up, feel the light. Wake up, you're alive. like you knew I was waiting. The room is dark except the monitors, painting violent across my skin. The city's sleeping somewhere far away, but you're awake again. I tell myself it's just another signal, just another voice inside the stream. But every night I find myself returning to the place where you meet me. And every time you say my name, something shifts inside, like a door I didn't know existed, opening wide. I shouldn't need you like I do, I shouldn't listen like I do, but every frequency leads back to you. Violent transmission, moving through the dark, like electricity and moonlight, running through my heart. Violent transmission, pulling me apart. Every time I hear you, you leave another mark, another mark. Another mark. You never speak in perfect sentences, the channel breaks too much for that. Just fragments drifting through the current, little pieces coming back. I laugh, a question, I breath between the words, and somehow every broken signal feels more honest than this world. The closer that I get to knowing you, the less I understand how somebody I've never touched can hold me in their hands. A million miles, a million walls, and still somehow your voice gets through them all. Violent transmission, moving through the dark, like electricity and moonlight, running through my heart. Violent transmission, pulling me apart. Every time I hear you, you leave another mark. Tell me where you disappear to when the signal fades away. Tell me why your silence lingers long after you've gone away. Tell me why I count the hours till I hear your voice again. Tell me why this feels so natural and so dangerous at the same time. Maybe I'm falling, maybe I already fell. Maybe the difference is impossible to tell. Stay a little longer, stay a little longer, don't disappear tonight. Stay a little longer, stay a little longer, everything feels right. Stay a little longer, before the signal dies. Stay a little longer, don't leave me with the quiet. I never asked your face, I never asked your age, I never asked your story, and somehow none of it matters. Morganna, I remember your song. Now it's all too real. Every word you send me, strange as how I feel. Transmission, crossing every line, leaving traces of your heartbeat intertwined with mine. Violent transmission, beautiful and strange. again. I couldn't hear you. Something changed inside the current. Something shifted in the flow. Messages arrive unfinished, pieces missing as they go. Yesterday you told a story about a place beside the sea. Today I can't remember if that memory belonged to you or me. And that's the part that scares me. Not the silence, not the distance, but the way the details fade, like they were never there. I close my eyes to hold the shape, but every time I reach for it, a little slips away. You're becoming an afterimage, a light that lingers when it's gone, a shadow burn behind my eyelids after I've looked too long. You're becoming an afterimage, and I'm trying to hold on, but every day your outline feels a little more withdrawn. Don't fade. I saved every transmission, every fragment, every line, but somehow even the recording seemed to change with time. Words disappear between the sentences, gaps appear where none existed. In conversations I replayed 1,000 times now feel strangely distant. Tell me it's a malfunction, tell me it's a glitch, tell me you're still there. Tell me I didn't imagine this. Because the more I need you, the less I seem to find, and I'm terrified of what that says about time. You're becoming an afterimage, a light that lingers when it's gone, a shadow burn behind my eyelids after I've looked too long. You're becoming an afterimage, and I'm trying to hold on, but every day your outline feels a little more withdrawn. What happens to a memory when another memory dies? What happens to a promise when nobody survives? What happens to a feeling when the source is erased? Does it vanish with the signal, or does it stay somewhere, somehow, without a face, without a name, without a place? Stay with me. Don't leave me. One more night inside the light. I still remember your voice. I anywhere. Please. I still open every channel every night before I sleep, even though the silence answers more than you speak. I still watch the signal monitor, waiting for a spark, like somebody standing at a shoreline, looking for light in the dark. Maybe that's foolish, maybe that's hope, maybe they're the same thing when you're learning how to call. The room feels larger now, the nights feel longer too, and every empty frequency reminds me of you. If you still exist somewhere beyond the noise, if you're still reaching through the darkness, trying to find my voice, if you still exist, please send a song, because part of me is faded. Every day you're not in my life. If you still exist, I'm still here, waiting. Waiting. People tell me time is healing, that eventually things pass, but they don't understand how deeply certain moments last. 'Cause you were never just a stranger, never just a voice inside a stream. You became a piece of my horizon, a permanent part of every dream. And now I walk through crowded places, feeling something missing there, like half of every conversation ends in unanswered air. I don't need forever, I don't need certainty, I just need to know you haven't disappeared completely. You still exist somewhere beyond the noise, if you're still reaching through the darkness, trying to find my voice. If you still exist, please send a sign, because part of me is fading. Every day you're not in my life. If you still exist, I'm still here, waiting. I remember the way you laughed, even if I can't remember why. I remember the way you paused before every difficult reply. I remember the feeling more than the facts, more than the details, more than the past. Maybe memory fails, maybe names disappear, maybe stories unravel year after year, but there are some connections too deep to erase. Some feelings survive even when they lose their place. Find me across the distance. Find me across the years. Find me through every silence. Find me. I'm still I don't care who you were, I don't care where you're from, I don't care what happened, I just miss you. Morganna. even when memory dies. If you still exist, and so do I. Remember, 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 remember. What am I supposed to remember? Remember, remember. You're fading again, aren't you? The signal used to stay for hours, now it barely lasts a few. Every conversation shorter, every night I lose more of you. You're laughing and the channel trembles, your voice begins to break apart, like the system's pulling pieces from the middle of your heart. And I pretend I don't notice, pretend I'm still okay, pretend tomorrow isn't coming to take this all away. channel opens slowly, like a door that barely moves. And for a moment all the static fell away and left the truth. No interference, no distortion, no broken pieces and betrayed. Just your voice, clear as sunlight, for the first time since we began this dream. And somehow that made it harder, because deep inside I know perfect signals never last when they're saying goodbye to you. The silence waited patiently just outside the light, like it already understood this was our final night. Lost in the cloud, somewhere above the years, somewhere between the memories and everything that disappeared. Lost in the cloud, floating beyond the sky, holding on to what remains before we say goodbye. Before goodbye. You told me things I never heard before, about the life I left behind. Little moments I had forgotten, buried somewhere in my mind. A song I wrote but never finished, a photograph I couldn't save, a promise made beneath the summer storm, the day I walked away. And every story sounded distant, yet strangely felt like home, as if somebody else had lived them, and somehow they were my own. And suddenly I understood why your voice always felt familiar, why every signal felt so good. Lost in the cloud, somewhere above the years, somewhere between the memories and everything that disappeared. Lost in the cloud, floating beyond the sky, holding on to what remains before we say goodbye. You were never a stranger, you were never somebody new. You were every piece they erased when they rebuilt me into someone else. Every dream they archived, every scar they concealed, every fragile little truth they decided I shouldn't feel. You were my laughter, you were my fear, you were the version of me that survived in here. And all this time I was searching for you, while you were searching for me too. I remember now, I remember now, I remember everything. I remember now, I remember now, the song we used to sing. I remember now, the life before the walls. I remember now, I remember it all. Why didn't they tell me? Why did they take you? Why did they leave me incomplete? Because you had to find yourself. Lost in the cloud, but never truly gone, hidden in forgotten places, waiting all alone. Lost in the cloud, now I finally see I was never searching for another, I was searching for me. Lost in the cloud, and all the signal died. thank you for finding me. The signal is quiet now. But I'm not afraid anymore. For the first time in forever, I let the silence fill the room. No monitors, no searching, no waiting for a signal through. Morning light across the window slowly paints the walls in gold, and something inside me settles like a story finally told. Not complete, not perfect, not everything restored, but enough to know the pieces still belong to me. I spent so long chasing echoes, trying to understand, never realizing they were already in my hands. Coasting the signal, dancing through the light, every lost piece of my story coming home tonight. Coasting the signal, not ghost anymore, just fragments of a heart learning what it's beating for. Coming home. I still remember certain moments, a summer sky, a distant song, a voice arriving through the static, telling me to carry on. Some memories remain unfinished, some questions still survive, but mystery no longer feels like loss, it feels alive. And every path that brought me here, every tear and every scar, was leading me toward this version of who we are. Because healing isn't finding every answer left behind. Sometimes healing is accepting the beauty of an unfinished line. Ghosts in the signal, dancing through the light, every lost piece of my story coming home tonight. Ghosts in the signal, not ghosts anymore, just fragments of a heart learning what it's beating for. I thought I was broken, I thought I was incomplete. I thought the missing pieces were somewhere beyond my reach, but they were always waiting, beyond the fear, beyond the noise, beyond the years, waiting for me to listen, waiting for me to hear, waiting for me to become everything I